Oh, I know hearing the song, but I mean it. Oh. Hang on, we are telling more followers. Vanessa Blessed. What? Them people are them real. Which one this is? This what Facebook or this is the Instagram feed?
The Instagram feed. The Facebook and Instagram feed.
Okay, good.
And you see three cameras. You have 22 viewers on Facebook and YouTube.
Already?
Yeah.
What? Of the fire. I'll do two. I'll do digestion and I'll do eyes.
But the same area?
I know the same area. On Instagram, we're Batson Associates TT, and of course, on YouTube, we are Batson Associates Trinidad. So I decided to do this live this evening. I know you all find time kind of odd. How come we decided to do a live at 7:25 on a Sunday? And the reason for that is that for the longest while, I've promised you guys to do some additional lives based on how we would have structured things in the past, right? So it's just a matter of, trying to get the audience, within a different time slot, basically, because a lot of persons have asked, Dr. Batson, me do your morning programs, you do your afternoon, and there are a lot of persons who I recommend, but they may be in work, they can't get a chance to listen to you, whatever the case may be. So I decided I'll do a Sunday evening program, and we decided that we would start with this Sunday evening, Sunday the 20th of February. So today we're going to speak about two topics in particular. I had planned to speak about digestive health, so persons who have issues associated with acid reflux, bloating, gas, constipation, those type of things, and of course individuals as it relates to eye. In fact, I was actually going to do eyes alone because I found that to be such a large topic, because when you're speaking about eyes and eye health and diseases that affect one's eye health, you're usually referring to a number of issues. So you're usually dealing with things like glaucoma, cataract, detached retina, macular degeneration, and the list goes on and on. Even a simple thing as dry eyes, a lot of persons out there, your eyes dry, you're having this scratching, you're having this burning, water running from your eyes, and you're in a place where you figure that you can't get help or you're not getting help. And by extension, that applies to health in general, because there are so many persons out there who are very ill, you know, and you reach the point where you're frustrated. I mean, for the little time in my life that I've gotten ill, you know, whether it was the cold, I got what I believe was COVID, even though when I did the test came negative, but I was feeling and exhibiting symptoms according, and that was actually early in, that happened when, boy, that was the beginning of November last year. I believe it was somewhere around there, last year rather. And then, you know, so the point is, no one likes to be sick. Nobody. You know, so we're going to discuss that. And if for some reason you are an individual who you're sick, and you're sick for years, then something is wrong. Something is significantly wrong. So regardless of what the illness is, whether it's cancer, diabetes, problems with your eyes, you have a problem with arthritis. There are some people who can't even walk as a result of having arthritis, whether it's rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, whatever the form of arthritis is, simply because they do not getting the right information. You don't know. So, and one of the most unfortunate things as well too is that you find that there are persons who you're sick and you don't know why you're sick. And that, of course, to me makes no sense at all. You know, you have been trying for years, you're visiting doctors, you did different tests, you did different things, and you're not getting better. You're just still sick and you feel worse. And interestingly, you started off with one problem, so you may have been diabetic or hypertensive, and then 10 years later, you have diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, cardiovascular problems, and you're getting blind. I find that don't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. And I'm the type of person, for the time that you guys would have known me, those of you who have followed me, if you're listening to this program for the first time, well, welcome. Congratulations. And that's me, you know, I'm not trying to be facetious. Congratulations, because you actually got onto something good and you'll get some good information once you're able to listen. And once you're open-minded, because that's the most important thing. A lot of persons are not open-minded individuals. They just, you know, they're just not open-minded. I tell persons that mind works best when it is open. So good. So that being said, as I said, we're live on Facebook, Batson and Associates Limited. On Facebook, we are Batson and Associates TT on Instagram, and on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad on YouTube. Okay, so a pleasant good afternoon to our regular listeners. I see we have some people on Facebook, we have some persons on Instagram. Joanne868 joined. Tastara is here. Mixed Mama 14. You have a fancy name, big girl. She's saying the second time. The Hourglass has joined. On Facebook, we have Sue Hoyt. A good night to you. Joan Garcia. Honey Bay, of course, always in the house with the hearts and the love. She's saying good night, Doc, and Shaki, good night. Anne-Marie Bab is also there. Honey Bay is telling Cindy good night as well. Sunday evening blessings, Dr. Batson. From the Virgin Islands, Miss Eve Violet. Okay, good. So, digestive health. So we know how important the digestive system is. It is very, very important as it relates to a number of challenges that persons experience. So persons, for example, who have things like acid reflux, bloating, gas, belching, constipation. We understand how these issues can become serious and severe problems simply because they affect the most important organ and organ system of the body. So I'll say that again. If you have a gastrointestinal problem, it is a serious thing simply because it affects the most important or one of the most important organs and organ system in the body. What am I referring to? The most important organ in the human body, without question, without argument, is your colon. That is responsible for what? The assimilation of food, or proper digestion of food, and it is also one of the major aspects or parts of the body that deals with the elimination of waste, right? So we know what waste is. You don't keep garbage in your house. If you decide that you're not going to empty garbage for a month, for even a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a year, 2 years, you're going to have a very messy situation inside of that house. You wouldn't be able to live, or you shouldn't be able, a regular mentally healthy individual cannot function in an environment like that, because that environment is now conducive to a number of things: flies, cockroaches, ants, vermins. It's going to have a smell. So the environment is not one that someone would encourage or should feel encouraged to be a part of. Good. And the most important organ system in the body is the gastrointestinal system. Now, that gastrointestinal system would make up a number of different organs, right? So you would have your tongue, your teeth, your mouth, your esophagus, stomach, small and large intestines, gallbladder, pancreas, liver. All those form part of the gastrointestinal system. So if you have a gastrointestinal problem, so you have acid reflux. So acid reflux, which is also known as GERD, which is an acronym, GERD, which stands for gastrointestinal reflux. GIRD, my apologies. Gastrointestinal reflux disease is a condition where you have a lot of acid regurgitating or coming up from the stomach into the esophagus and causing a number of problems. Now, that's a very uncomfortable experience for anyone who would have had the experience, right? You literally feel as if it is you're getting a heart attack, because the pain usually radiates on the left side of the body. It usually runs up and down the arms there, tip of your finger straight up to your shoulder. So you feel as if it is you getting a heart attack, which is what most people would say. And based on my knowledge of anatomy and physiology, and understand how acid could have a serious debilitating effect on the body because it is in a place where it is not supposed to, I could understand why persons would have that whole very painful situation. You cannot sleep properly, so you can't lie down and sleep. For example, you have to get like about 15 pillows to sleep on, because you have to literally sleep sitting down, or you have to sleep in a chair, right? So if you're experiencing that burning, you're experiencing a lot of flatulence, a lot of gas, so you are the type of individual, you burp a lot. And you know, some people, I've been around some women, it's like, you're belching like a man, because they would belch and you would hear them in the next room. And, some people think that is normal, but it is not normal. Then it have some persons, you will actually have a lot of flatus. So you would pass gas through the next side. So, of course, you lose your manners in a case like that. In some cases, some people, to the odor that you'll get from an individual who passes gas is quite unwelcoming. I mean, I'm not saying that when you pass gas, it should smell like flowers and roses and, pastry and that type of thing. But you're not supposed to the point that when you pass gas, you could empty your entire room. You literally feel as if you're killing people. That again is an indication that something is wrong in the body. Interestingly, there was a question someone asked that Shakil had forwarded to me a while ago. And one of the things they asked was that why is it that individuals get boils in different parts of the body? Now, usually, so you all know what a boil is, right? So a boil would be most likely an unsightly large button or swelling in a particular area. Boils like very what can I put it? Very private places. So boils will go between your legs, by your genitals there. They will go very close to your buttocks. They will go under your arms. And mostly those are the places where they go. So it is an indication of accessory toxins in the body. Now, what does that mean? Now, the thing is, your body is very intelligent. Our body is way more intelligent than us. It is very self-sustaining. The creator, in creating the human body, because I believe in creation, he did an excellent job as regards to where he put certain things. So a lot of the times your body is trying to fix certain things. It's trying to fix certain things. So what your body decides is, listen to me, we have so much waste inside of here right now that this thing is getting overbearing. So we have no other choice but to send it through the integumentary system, which is your skin. So that is where it's going to send it. So hence the reason you get boils. And that's why the boils are in the places where they usually go. Very rare, you're not going to get a boil on your cheek. You're not going to get a boil on your forehead. You may get on your back. That's the strangest places, apart from very close to genitals, close to your buttocks, on their arms. you find, because boils usually will go close to where they have lymphatic glands. So under the arm, you may get some under the neck as well too. And as I said, it is the body's emergency, or one of the body's emergency settings to remove waste from the body. So your body is saying, listen to us, we're not getting it out. The liver is compromised. When I say compromised in the sense that it's toxic, it's toxic, it's full of toxins rather. We know our 7 channels of elimination are what? Kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs, right? So once you have those 7 channels of elimination and they're not free as they're supposed to, the waste is not moving and eliminated properly for a number of reasons. A lot of y'all don't drink water. I've spoken about dehydration 1,000 times, and I've told persons a lot of the times you're not sick, you're just thirsty. You need to drink sufficient amounts of water. So when you have this buildup of toxins in the body, as I was saying before, you have 7 channels of elimination. You have kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So a lot of the times when you have a situation, it is going to send it out on the organ system that is the largest. And the largest organ system of detoxification is your skin, which is referred to anatomically and physiologically as the integumentary system. Okay? So hence the reason you get boils. So if you have boils, especially on your buttocks, close to your genitals, on their arms, it is your body crying for help, and you need a serious gradual detoxification, because people like that cannot use Santulan immediately. What is Santulan? Santulan is a 7-channel detox product that we carry at Batson & Associates. The product is a product of Batson & Associates. It is a 7-channel detox that does just that. It cleans your 7 channels of elimination: kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. How does it work? It's basically 3 tea bags that would give you a gallon of tea. Now, a gallon in liters is what? 4 liters. So it's going to give you primarily 4 liters of tea, which you keep in your refrigerator, and you would drink maybe 2 8-ounce glasses, excuse me, on a daily basis. And we usually recommend it on an empty stomach. What is an empty stomach? An empty stomach is usually classified as anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes before a meal, an hour to maybe 3 hours after a meal, depending on the meal that you would have had. So if you have something very light, snack, or you did vegetables, those things go through your system very quickly because of the fiber content and that type of thing. If you have a heavy meal, so you had some carbohydrates, you had protein, so you had your meat, you may have had some rice, some macaroni pie, like what will maybe sit down and eat today, then you need to wait like maybe about 3 hours. Okay? So usually we recommend that people would use Santulan like about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. In my case, sometimes I use it like about 2 o'clock. So I would usually carry mine to work. And the reason for that is that Santulan is a cleanser that was designed specifically to work for busy schedules and busy routines. Because we didn't want a cleanser that, sometimes, a lot of times, like for example, when we were younger and our parents used to give us detox and those type of things, we would have primarily gotten detoxes when? We would have gotten detoxes around our vacations, right? So usually August holidays, as we call it, as children, we would have gotten the cleanse, because that would have been a longer period, and we would have gotten 9-10 days of aloes, and then the last day we get some sene and salts. And that was basically a clean out that you would get over your August vacation. The point I'm making is that with Santulan, you don't necessarily have to take a holiday. Santulan was designed for busy persons in mind and not to embarrass you washroom-wise. So in the sense that once you use the Santulan, we usually recommend about 5 o'clock. As I say, in my case, I use it 2 o'clock because I've been using Santulan for years. So I know how it works with my body. So I usually would do 2 o'clock. So I would get a bowel movement like very late in the night, so maybe all around 10, 11 o'clock, or maybe early in the morning or 4 or 5 o'clock. So it doesn't disrupt my regular routine. And of course, I would be home in the comfort of my home, where I could use the washroom facilities, as comfortably as I want. Which is what most people would want. You don't want to use Santulan and you're working on the field at 2 o'clock. It's because you had to be running in the bush or something like that. You don't want that, okay? So the point is, it is a 7-channel detox that is designed to do just that: detoxify and clean the 7 channels of elimination. So those of you who, okay, so someone is asking a question: Sweet Gummy for Life. Ooh, a fancy name there, boy. So Sweet Gummy for Life is asking, This tea can be used hot or cold. Actually, we usually recommend it is stored in the refrigerator, but ideally, drinking cold things is not such a great idea, health-wise, especially internally. So what we usually recommend is that you would take it out and allow it to thaw out. So you could take it, rest it on the counter for like maybe about 30 minutes, which is what I usually do, and then you drink it, right? So it's better like that, okay? Miss Eve Violet is asking, drink Santulan for how long to get a good cleanse? That's a very good question. So usually with the Santulan, what we will recommend is the way Santulan is, or how that product is designed. Some people may need 2 packs of Santulan. Some people may need 4. Now, usually 1 pack, if you're drinking 2 8-ounce glasses on a daily basis, it would last you anywhere between maybe about 5 to 8 days, right? So we usually recommend that you use 4 packs. Now, a lot of persons could change it up, or we would change it up based on what we would determine in an individual. And I'll give you an example. Mr. Anthony Entrepreneur says, I bought it and it woke me up in the middle of the night. It definitely works. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so with that situation, with the Santulan, what you find is that in some cases, it actually assists with weight loss. Because remember, it's a 7-channel detox, so it's going to actually assist, because of cleansing the liver. Your liver is actually a significant organ associated with weight loss and muscle memory and that type of thing. So you find persons who looking at long-term weight loss, they can use Santulan for an extended period of time. I had a client some years ago who came to me and she had a weight challenge. She wanted to lose some weight and she used Santulan for a year and a half. And during the year and a half, over that period of time, she did not experience any weakness. She didn't get sick. But what happened to her is that she ended up losing 70, it was anywhere between 70 to 90 pounds over a 1-year period, 12 months. And that was because of the Santulan. So she basically used the Santulan. For the first month, she used 4 packs consecutively. And then subsequent to that, continuing all the way, she used 2 glasses every other day. And she did that for an entire year, right? And that was the goal. But she had a specific goal. And that is the reason why she had to use the Santulan like that. I usually tell persons, you have to know yourself and understand. You have to know your body and understand how your body works. Simply because there are persons like me, how I would use my Santulan, like I have to start a new bottle this week. So I would actually drink 2 8-ounce glasses every other day because I usually use Santulan regularly. So my regular go-to in terms of maintenance, I would use the Santulan, like maybe I'll do 2 sets and I will do it every other day. So those 2 sets would last me like about 3 weeks to a month. And I'll be good with that for like about 2 months. And then I would repeat it again as a maintenance. And I find with that, I'm able to maintain, healthy skin. That's the next thing Santulan does. It really does some really good work on your skin. Those of you who may have blemishes, dark spots, people who have like the dark marks, like close to your tendons, your forehead, which usually is an indication of poor circulation. Santulan actually helps with that. I'm seeing someone by the name, it's Mbek, I believe is 9, is asking, is it safe to use after having COVID? Of course it is. What it's actually going to do, because it is a 7-channel detox and it cleans and detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs, it would help with your lungs. Because remember, one of these situations with persons with lungs, with COVID, is that they have some lungs issue, or they end up with lung issues. So it's very good to use. Okay, someone is asking how much mineral formula to take if someone in the home has COVID. Usually just randomly pour about an ounce in some water first thing in the morning. Should I increase the amount? Oh, so you are in a household with someone who has COVID-19, that's what you're saying? What I would recommend in a situation like that, I would recommend that you double the dose. And you do it in the night and in the morning. So what you could do is double the dose. So instead of having 1 ounce in the morning in a glass of water, you could have a next 1 ounce in the night before you go to bed. Okay? Ms. Heather Price is saying, good night, Dr. Batson. Is there any harm in using sea moss raw instead of boiling it? Ms. Price, as far as I know, no. There's not a issue. Some people do the taste. They might find the taste a little more, how to put it, boy? Pungent is not the word I want to use. But what they would realize is that it tastes different as opposed to when you boil it. I use it either way because I don't have an issue with it. So once you're comfortable with the taste, you can use it like that. Okay? Warner or Grace Warner Headley is saying, Dr. Batson, I have a boil under my arm for many years. I have shown it to my gynecologist and dermatology oncologist, and they keep saying that it's thrush and I shouldn't worry about it. Can you recommend something? That's Miss Grace Warner Headley. No, I disagree with that, especially if you're saying you're having it a number of years. Years is a long time, you know. Years is 12 months. So if it is you're saying a number of years, let's say 3 years, 5 years. As I said, it is an indication that there is some sort of detoxification that is needed, and it is a thorough detoxification that is needed because of a buildup of waste in different organ systems in the body. So definitely, I agree. Well, not agree. I suggest you look at your water intake. You could look at the alkagen water. Use the alkagen water at least with the Santulan. So we normally recommend 6 bottles of alkagen water. Some people would argue and say they would drink out more than 6 bottles, of water for the month, and I agree. But that's how we put the package. So if you know based on the water intake that you should take and you need to take 9 bottles, you just take 9 bottles. We usually sell the bottles by 3s, or you could get it singly if you want. When you buy it by 3, you get a discount. So people would normally buy 3 sets of 3, and they would work with that. But the water actually does help because alkaline water does have health benefits for the body. I don't care who you go to and what they tell you. They could be in disagreement. And, as someone rightfully said, I am able to exercise my opinion, and that's my right as an individual. And I'm telling you, it is not just an opinion just based on hearsay and them says we say. It's a well-researched opinion. Alkaline water, once it is really alkaline water, does help you in a positive light. It really does, especially as it relates to what we're discussing with boils and cleansing and that type of thing. A lot of people do not like to address the elephant in the room when coming to cleansing and certain aspects with bodily fluids and health and that type of thing. But there are some people, your perspiration may be very high. And I'm not trying to disrespect you in any way or to come across rude or crass. You don't want to be, some people, their clothes under their arms especially, is atrocious, it's terrible. At Batson & Associates, we carry a number of things to help that situation. I remember getting a client, and one of the issues that this particular client had, it was a female, middle-aged individual. I'm not trying to give away too much information because this person did give a testimony, but they gave the testimony anonymously, right? And I could have respected that. So this particular lady, when she came, she said, Dr. Batson, I have something that bothers me, and, I'm a little embarrassed about it. I said, well, anything that you say in front of me remains here. And my staff, of course, is well-trained, my colleagues, rather, as regards to, being private and confidential, whatever the case may be. So the situation that she had, she said that she found that she had an odor. And the odor, I see Lal is asking, G and Lal, my apologies, is asking where are we located, and I'll give you that information just now. And you could follow us on Facebook. As I said, we are Batson & Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson & Associates TT, and on YouTube, we are Batson & Associates Trinidad. Good. So with that particular situation, she said, Dr. Batson, I find that I get an odor. So I said, what do you mean? She said, a bodily odor, like under her arms, private area. She has done a lot of things, even with the mouth, she brushes her teeth, she flosses, whatever the case may be. But there is this scent that is not going. So I told her, I said, listen to me. And she said she tried a lot of things. I said, listen to me. We're going to deal with the problem. So what I did, I recommended some alkagen water in the first instance because I found that she wasn't drinking sufficient amounts of water. So, of course, we know the rule for drinking water by now. And that rule is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces, right? Someone is asking, hi, Dr. Batson, are you shipping to Florida as yet? And yes, we are. We are. Ms. Margaret Rose Castellano, a pleasant good night to you. Just contact us on the 314-9975 number now. 314-9975, okay? You just have to use 1868-314-9975, okay? And so we started with that, and then I introduced her to the Santulan along with the water. And then we went with the advanced chlorophyll, and we also went with the mineral formula with the silver. And she used those things over a period of time. I believe it took like about 4 months to get the results that she wanted, and she was thoroughly satisfied. So if you have boils for that number of years, it means that something is significantly wrong. Significantly wrong. If you're getting an odor from your mouth, on their arm, all of us are big people here. There's nothing to be ashamed of, because you have to understand that you will regular, what's the word I want to use? Even if it is you do drink a lot of water, you exercise, you take care of yourself, normal bodily functions and normal metabolic functions builds waste in the body. And if that waste is not allowed to be removed properly, you could end up in a situation where you can have an odor coming from your mouth. You could have, even from people's nose. There are some people, especially people who have issues with sinus and sinusitis. Because sinus smells very bad. Eh? It smells very, very disgusting. Where you actually smelling it, even your air. There are some people, you smell the airs and you can die, you know. Some people, your scalp is the problem. So you have a lot of dandruff. You have a lot of problems with your scalp where you see that it's flaking and that type of thing. That is an indication that you need a proper cleanse and detox. As I said, your body is very smart. It is very self-sustaining. It is very intelligent. So what your body does, it starts to remove waste. It doesn't wait on you, you know. But you need to give your body assistance in removing the waste properly so that you don't end up sick and you don't end up with boils, you don't end up with breakouts, you don't end up with different skin conditions and that type of thing. Anyone who has serious skin conditions, things like atopic dermatitis, lichen planus, eczema, that is not your skin alone. It has to do with your 7 channels of elimination. Keep that in mind. Okay, so let me give you those telephone numbers. You can give us a call on 222-8261. Of course, you can do that from tomorrow, please God, because there's no one in the office right now, right? I'm just giving you the numbers. That number again is 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975. And those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We also on the corner of Ramsey-Mooch Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. And we also in the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago. A pleasant good night to Tobago. I was actually in Tobago this week, actually. And, you know, I was actually able to see a number of persons. Tobago, we're working assiduously on getting your microscope for you. Everything is almost finished. So God's willing, hopefully by the end of this month into, let me say comfortably the end of next month, March. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. We should have things up and running for you there. All right. We just had some challenges with COVID, and you know how that situation was. COVID has changed the world for a very, very long time. All right. But as usual, change is ever constant, and there's no other choice in life but to just continue to, roll with the punches. One door closed, go through a window. Something has to work out. All right. So you can also give us a call for delivery. We do have our road delivery system in place as well. Or you could just visit the offices to get that information and to find out about the Santulan, to find out about the cleanse. There's also a product that deals with digestion as well. Now, one of the issues that we're discussing, as I said, is acid reflux, this bloating, this gas, this belching, and that type of thing. And you have to understand with that, yeah, Ms. Joanne Sober say, yeah, God is in charge. You're sure right about that. So that situation with that gastrointestinal problems, because the thing is, when you have early signs of gastrointestinal issues, so what early signs of gastrointestinal issues? As I said before, it is what? Flatulence, gas, bloating. If you're constipated, and you all know what constipation is, right? So if you have to force, because your stool is supposed to look a particular way. Interestingly, when I was doing my bachelor's in holistic health science, there was a chart that we had to observe and learn. I can't remember the name of the chart right now, but this particular chart was developed by a particular doctor. And I found the chart was a bit gross in the sense that the chart actually had pictures or diagrams of certain shape stool. And based on the shape of the stool, it was telling you what was wrong with different parts of the body. And I found that was so interesting. And it was saying that people, for example, who have stool that looks like chana is an indication of a problem in the esophagus, the duodenum, that type of thing. If you see your stool is usually long and very thin, it is an indication of buildup in the lining of the intestine. So, it pointed to different health challenges. And that, of course, is true because as disgusting, or unsightly as it might appear to a lot of persons as it relates to your bowel movement, it is something that does give an indication of how healthy you are, and the different aspect associated with the type of health that you would enjoy. It usually points to things later on. I'll give you an example. People who end up with colorectal cancer, right, or colon cancer. So there's a difference between you have colorectal, which would usually be colon and rectum. So that's cancer in the lower extremity of the intestines. And you have people who may have colon cancer. People who have things like diverticulitis, people who have Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome, or what's referred to as IBS. They didn't start off with those conditions, There would have been already preliminary or early issues associated with gastrointestinal health or poor gastrointestinal health, which just further got worse and worse, and they ended up in that situation. And that is what a lot of persons have to take into consideration. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. My great-grandmother, Octavia Batson, may she rest in peace, that's one of the things that she always said. And it is something that I learned, as a young man growing up. An ounce of prevention is always better than a pound of cure, especially as it relates to one's health. Because we know, without health, you don't have anything, If you don't understand that now, and you are an adult, so you're over the age of 20, and you don't understand that your health is the most, someone gave me the answer, Mr. Anthony Entrepreneur, the Bristol stool charts. Thank you so very much, sir. That is definitely it. And I was amazed. When I say I was amazed, I was really amazed. So, and I often say that your body speaks to you. The question is, are you listening? Because remember, we are intelligent individuals. We know the difference between hearing and listening, right? So you can hear what someone says to you, right? Your parents can speak to you and you hear. So hearing is basically some level of acknowledgement of what has been said. Listening is acknowledgement of what has been said and carrying out, or carrying out the instruction or what would have been given to you in what was said, or following through to get a changed result. Let me see. I'm trying to be Oxford this afternoon here. But you all get the idea. There's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is just acknowledgement. Listening is a doing with. Good? It involves action, verb, right? And that is what people need to do. So if it is because a lot of persons who have gotten strokes, who have gotten heart attacks, who have gotten serious issues with even cancer, their body spoke to them earlier, a long time ago, but they didn't listen. And as I said, your health is your greatest asset. There is nothing else. There's a book that I once read, The Richest Man in Babylon. Very, very good book. And one of the things that book actually highlighted was, what really makes a man wealthy. And, the first thing that he pointed out, or that was pointed out in that book, is health. Understanding how important it is to be healthy. So that once you are physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically healthy, you can now accomplish other things. Because he was talking about wealth, and a lot of people do not understand that wealth is not only associated with money, financial wealth. You can be financially wealthy and you are unhealthy, and eventually your wealth could just go away. If you have a whole family of sick people and you dead and leave money for them and them sick and they die, what will happen eventually? All they can't do anything. The wealth will run out. In fact, all they have to spend all the money on health. I know of persons who have emptied bank accounts and have cleaned estates or cleared up estates based on their health. If we want to sit and talk price, right? As it relates to certain things. Like, for example, people who know me, I do not speak about price. I don't really call price on my programs. And I've done that for years, for the 10 plus years that I've been on the radio, or maybe I think I've been on radio, maybe I think about 10 plus years now. I don't like to call price. I would prefer that, people call the office, get the information, or we'll post it up on our social media feeds and that type of thing. And that's just something that I believe in, and that's how I operate. People can agree to disagree, no problem, right? But when you really speak about price, a lot of the times what people call expensive now, in the long run, watch me, you'll be in some serious problems. There's a saying that I have coined, and I believe it's my saying. I never heard anybody say it. And I always tell them, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. Because when you're sick, we know what an emergency room visit could cost, right? And worse yet, if you have to go in the wonderful nursing homes that we have, and I don't have to call the names, the ones in the West that we have, there's one in Port of Spain, there's the ones in San Fernando and that type of thing, right? Yes, Mr. Anthony, entrepreneur, it's called being a professional. Thank you, sir. Yeah, and when you have to go to these institutions, the first thing you have to give them is a well-working, loaded credit card. You cannot go into these institutions on goodwill. You can't. And you can't blame them, because it's a business they're running. They have staff to pay. In some cases, they may have rent, they have mortgages, or whatever the case may be. It's a business. They're providing unnecessary service, yes, but they're a business. And the bills, if you have to do a triple bypass, to begin with, the first thing, you have to sign a form, some document stating that, God forbid, if anything happens to you, that these doctors are not liable. As competent as the surgeons are, and educated, and whatever the case may be, you have to sign that, because we don't know what could happen. They don't know what could happen in that room. So why would I want to spend or wait for my arteries to block up? I am 42 years. There's a product that we use at Batson & Associates, which is an L-arginine product. I'm a huge advocate of L-arginine, simply because of what it does to the cardiovascular system. Dr. Egnaro, there's a gentleman by the name of Louis Egnaro. Louis Egnaro. He won the Nobel Prize in 1998. Yeah, and the Nobel Prize was for his work on nitric oxide, right? Nitric oxide is a gas, is a vasodilator. It encourages, what it does in that whole nitric oxide equation and everything that it does in the body, it actually deals with the endothelial lining of blood vessels. So if you don't know, all your blood vessels are lined with cells known as endothelial cells. And these endothelial cells have the ability to do certain things as it relates to vasoconstriction. So vasoconstriction is when your blood vessels do what? They close. And vasodilation is when they open, right? Now, what Dr. Egnaro had found is that with nitric oxide, once you have correct levels of nitric oxides in the body, and nitric oxide pathways are healthy and everything that it's supposed to do, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot experience a cardiovascular incident. What is a cardiovascular incident? Strokes. So whether it's ischemic or hemorrhagic, it is a cardiovascular issue. Myocardial infarction is what? A heart attack. That's the medical term. You have people who may experience different things. You have aneurysms, and you could have aneurysms in different parts of the body. Brain aneurysms are the most dangerous. You don't want a brain aneurysm. There's a very serious surgery that they may have to do. In some countries, they do something with a coil where they actually take it and they would form a coil and they actually insert it in the space, hoping that the aneurysm doesn't get bigger, and, especially if you have balloon aneurysms, right? So the point is, those procedures are over $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. Then you have your aftercare that you have to deal with. And you have to now recuperate and recover, as opposed to spending a fraction of that. Not every month. You could do it maybe 3 times a year on you. You don't spend any money on Dr. Bats. You don't spend any money on it. You spend any money on you. Because at the end of the day, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Always, 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 always. When persons came to us, and just by using sand to land, there was one particular lady. She said, Dr. Batson, I tried to save up some money to come and see y'all. Because people say that I am expensive. I personally don't find I'm expensive for the service that I offer. But of course, that is my opinion. And, expensive is a relative term because it depends on persons, pockets and that kind of thing. So I can respect that, right? I tell persons, I ain't sending nobody to thief. I can tell you where to get your money and how to apportion your money and that kind of thing. You have your rent, you might have your mortgage, you might have your car to pay for, you have your children to take care of, whatever the case may be. But the point I want you to understand is that this human body that you have requires preventative maintenance, like any piece of fine machinery that you own. Your vehicle, for example, is an investment. But when you buy a vehicle and you drive the vehicle out the showroom, the vehicle loses what? 1/3 of its value. But vehicles are a necessary thing. You need to get from point A to point B. And vehicles we know cost us what? If you get a good one, it might be a little 50,000. Whatever the case may be, all these bright people, all they know. Could go all and up. If you go showroom and they're spending more money. The point I'm making, you have to make sure and service that vehicle 5,000 kilometers, then you do a general service. I think it's 25,000 kilometers, whatever the case may be. The service for your vehicle is what? Preventative maintenance. When last you service you? So when last you take something for your eye? When last you take something for your intestines? When last you take something, all of us is big people here. When last you take something for your private? And I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful here in any way. We have so many women now who have polycystic ovaries, fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis. Right? You know why those women end up with that? Because there are vaginal cleanses and there are things that you can do internally to actually flush out that part of your body. When last you do that? Men, I remember somebody telling me the other day, they don't have to take anything for their private part as a man, and they're not going to take any supplement for them. Oh, no problem, that is your business. You do what you want. I take it for mine because I don't want anything happen to me. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. Whether you're exercising, which is a very important aspect of health, it is very, very important. But you cannot tell me you can buy an eye drop for your eye burning you ain't seeing good. The doctor tell you have cataract. Some of you all have glaucoma. I mean, I don't know your financial situation. You might have a thing, go in the clinic. The one they have in St. James, when you go there, you sit down like 1,000 hours. But at the end of the day, it is for your own health. That's your eyesight. You know it is to be big. You born seed, To reach a certain age, you have diabetes and then you get bleeding behind your eyes and you're blind. I would not like to imagine how that individual feels. What about people who lose limbs? So you're diabetic and your diabetes has gotten so bad that you have now ended up with some toes gone. You might be missing 2 toes, 3 toes, 4 toes, 5 toes, or worst case scenario, you have a whole leg missing. Some people have 2 gone. That can't be right. How that can be right? So you can walk, you can run, you can swim. What kind of life you living? So the thing is, now if you're in that situation, and it was, we can't turn back the hands of time, but understand what it is that I'm saying. So that particular lady I was telling you about, one of the things that she said, is she said that Dr. Batson, and how to think, and whatever. And she said, Dr. Batson, I have some problem with circulation. I said, well, ma'am, you don't need to come and see me or wait until you get money to come and see me. You might die. So I said, here what to do. If it is finances is a little challenge, we carry a tea called circulation tea. Now, circulation tea is very cheap. You could get about 15 packs of circulation tea for under $100. Let's say argument's sake. So she did decide and come and buy the circulation tea. And I think she told me she bought 10. So I'm going based on what she told me. You know what she told me after that? After using the 10, she said, Dr. Batson, you know something? I am feeling way better than I was feeling before. And you know what that lady did? She didn't see me until a year and a half after. And for that year and a half, you know what she did? She drank circulation tea. And the problem that she had, which was poor circulation, pins and needles, cramping in the calves, burning under the feet, neuropathy, was significantly improved by about 90% based on her just using that tea alone. So what are you telling me? Where's the excuse? I mean, if you don't like Batson, I have a problem with that. Don't come by me. Go by somebody I mean, you wouldn't get what we have to offer, but you must get something. My point is, don't just sit down and play stupid and just leave yourself there. That don't make any sense. All right? There's a product that we carry for digestion. We have a few. Well, we have one called Digest, which is a new product that we started carrying. I'm very excited. I actually started using it, and I was impressed with the results that I got thus far with it. We carry Digestive Balance. We have a stem cell digestive. So, and of course, we even have a gastrointestinal tea to assist with that. So even if you have bloating, gas, belching, constipation, and your money ain't really reading too right, you could still go and buy 15 gastro tea. That ain't costing you $1 million. And it is helping you to prevent yourself from getting worse. There is no illness that you could have, especially debilitating illness, that started off at the level that it is now. No diabetic. Let me tell you something. Nobody who got diabetes, a month after getting diabetes, lose their foot. Nobody. Impossible. I dare you, go and find a case soon. I'm sure there are none. That person would have had to have diabetes for years. Man says asking the name of the tea again. We have the circulation tea, and we also have the gastro, which is short for gastrointestinal tea. So you can always ask them for the gastro tea, circulation tea. We carry tea for a lot of things. We have gastro tea. We have circulation. We have kidney. We have liver. We have pu'er. We have oolong. I'm a big advocate of tea. One of my major aspects of studies, I did a lot of Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine as well. I have huge respect for the foundations of Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine. And of course, in that particular culture, tea is something that is encouraged for the number of health benefits associated with it. Of course, when we're talking tea here, no milk, no sugar. You know, they like this sort of thing with a sort of chocolate thing, and no. We're not talking about that. I mean, if you're having the grated cocoa, there's a difference. There are some health benefits associated with that. The problem with that is when you go and put milk inside it and fancy it up and thing, you're killing the nature of what it really is. Okay? Sweet Gummy for Life is, if you know this name killing me, again, Sweet Gummy for Life, man. Is the picture you're trying to see, you know? But anyway. She said, what products do you have for nerves? We have a product called Nerve Restore. Very good product. The circulation tea also helps as well. Nerve Restore is our star product as it relates to sleep, stress, anxiety, depression, that kind of thing. We're actually low on it right now. God's willing, we should be getting a shipment in shortly because it's a product that is very in demand. All right? So let me see if I could run through some of your questions here on Facebook. Miss Annabella Bay, a pleasant good day to you, my dear, over there in Tobago. Always a pleasure to speak with you. You're always on the live. Miss Warner, Grace Warner Headley is asking, I'm listening, but I feel helpless because I have to get my meds or mail to Texas, hoping I can make it home soon. Or you need to come to Trinidad. Yeah, Miss Grace, you talk to us. Message on that 3149975 number, and we're gonna make something happen. Everything is possible. All right, Jessica is saying some people don't quite understand the quality of life here. That's so true. All right, Miss Batiste is saying I'm waiting on my goods. Okay, so I apparently you placed an order. You also said, oh, for your acid reflux. Okay, good. Tobago has the teas for acid reflux. Yes, they do. Tobago does have the gastro tea. Miss June Jatan, a pleasant good evening to you. Yes, Doc, all your teas are great. I just love all. And the number one for me is oolong teas. Yeah, that's a really good tea. Miss Pamela Moses, a pleasant good night to you. Miss Jennifer Jordan, can I get your email? Okay, Miss Jordan, sorry. Before I finish the live, I'm going to give you an email address for me. Okay? Miss Marge Hills is saying, Dr. Batson, I'm waiting to hear from your marketing department to respond to my WhatsApp to get my products to Canada. That's Miss Marge Hills. All right, Miss Hills. Let me make a note of that. Shaki, you make a note of that, right? Yeah, so we're going to deal with that tomorrow, please, God. Yes. All right, Miss Mary John. Hey, Miss Mary John, a pleasant good day to you, my dear. Pleasant good evening. I hope all is well with you. What to use for fatty liver? Fatty liver, the liver tea helps. There's also a product that we carry for liver health that is also very good. We call it, it's like a liver detox, which is a liver product by itself. And then we also have the Santulan. Santulan can also help with that as well. Ms. Cathy Clark is asking the question, Dr. Batson, will Santulan reverse fatty liver? If not, what will? Santulan would help because I've had a lot of clients who came to us with fatty liver and they actually got some very, very good results because they went back and redid the tests. We also did like the liver aspect where we look at different enzymes and that had improved very good as well. Ms. Pauline McKenna, a pleasant good evening to you. Ms. Sheila Ellis is saying, good evening. Do you all do full blood work as part of the consultation? Okay, so what we do, Ms. Elias, we do not do the conventional blood work. If I need you to have a conventional blood work done for me, depending on what I require, I would send you, like any doctor, I would do a letter and send it to a lab. And I would ask specifically for the blood profile that I want. So if it's a male and I need to get PSA, if it is you have a problem with inflammation, I might ask for a C-reactive protein. I might also ask if you have a problem with your kidney, I would want creatinine bond. So it depends, right? As regards to what we do something known as live nutritional blood cell analysis, which I love tremendously, simply because it gives us the ability to look in depth into the body as a whole. And because what we do is integrative medicine. My specialization is integrative medicine. And integrative medicine is a bit different from what is known as allopathic or Western medicine, in the sense that we primarily address not symptomology, but the root cause of the problem. And a lot of times when you tell people that Western medicine or allopathic medicine addresses symptomology, some of them get offended. But I don't understand why they get offended, because apparently they don't understand what they do. Because if you're dealing with an allopathic doctor or a Western doctor and you have hypertension, what are they going to give you? Not hypertension medication. So you're going to get either calcium channel blockers, beta blockers, or diuretics. So what it is you're doing in that case, you're not addressing the root cause of the problem, you're addressing the symptomology. If you come to someone like me, I am going to look at your diet. That's the first thing we're looking at. I'm looking at your hydration. How much water you're drinking? I said it before, and I say it again and again and again and again and again. There is no one who I know who's hypertensive who didn't like plenty meat. You might stop eating the meat now, but before, you was a meat mouth. So nothing just passed by you. You want beef, lamb, pork, everything you're eating. And people have to understand that when you're dealing with meat, you're dealing with a lot of nitrates. And if you understand chemistry and biochemistry, you'll understand what nitrates do to your blood pressure. Right? So if you didn't know that, you know that now. All right? On our Instagram feed here, I'm getting a few questions. Blondie 1485 is saying, Dr. Batson, do you ship products to the US? Yes, we do. You see, the thing is, one of the things, and God's willing, I've dedicated the coming month of March to work assiduously on this, because we had encountered some roadblocks with doing everything that we needed to do with our website and our payment channels and that kind of thing. Because there are a lot of what do you call it, boy? There were a lot of permission and documents that we needed to do and all those type of things. All right? So we're working on that. But in the meantime, we figured out a short-term solution to the problem. And that's what we're working on, Blondie 1485. So there are a lot of persons who have gotten products that we have shipped to them. I mean, we're trying to work out the price because, shipping. Santulan is very easy because Santulan is a small product, it's very light, right? But because of COVID too, the shipping situations have changed, and we have found a way to work around that within the law, because we're making sure, it's a lot more red tape in terms of filling out documents and that type of thing. But at the end of the day, we need to follow the rules of different governments and, what they have put in place as regards to shipping of products and whatever the case may be. Okay? That's very, 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 very important. All right? Ms. June Jackson is saying, Doc, how after COVID can I start to drink my Santulan? How long? Okay, after COVID, the thing is, once you're not feeling weak, because a lot of persons who would have gotten COVID, you would have lost their appetite, so you tend to, in some cases, to be very weak, very tired, lethargic, that kind of thing. So if that is a situation with you, what I would suggest you do is wait maybe about 2 weeks to a month and then you start to drink the Santulan. Once you have sufficient energy, you're not feeling weak, you're not feeling, very tired, your appetite has started back, you're eating, then you could start the Santulan. Okay? So that's something you need to pay very close attention to. We do offer delivery, as I said. Once you call our office number, that number again is 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975, as well as 222-8261. Someone is saying, never knew there was a blood type diet. Well, there's actually a blood type diet, which I have delved in relatively deep. I didn't do deep research in it. And there are some positives in it, but there are a lot of things I don't agree with. Because in some cases, they tell people there's a particular blood type where they were encouraging you to eat a lot of meat. And I always believe too much meat in a diet is very problematic. It's very, very problematic. Okay? Blondie1485 is saying, I message you in your inbox. Okay, good. So we'll make sure and take a look at that. Mixed Mama 14 is saying yes, but many don't see the relevance to it. Okay. Miss Carol is asking the question. Hello, Dr. Batson. When can I have an online consultation? I'm in the UK and I would really appreciate it. We are working on that. You should get your online consultation starting from next week. Now there's a list that we have. So once within the list, we will work with you. But you will get it soon because I'm actually going to start or resume is the word I want to use. My apologies for those online consultations. All right, but we needed to set up everything, and there's also something that we need to get you guys to sign and that type of thing. So that is coming on board from next week, please God, and we'll go from there. Okay, Miss Regina Murray is saying that live blood analysis is on point. Did it about 12 years ago. If I had followed up with it, I would not have had all these problems. Everything they told me about my health, I was going through it now. But I did make a 360 turn around to live a healthier lifestyle. Yeah, that live nutritional blood cell analysis, there are some people who criticize it, but people criticize everything because they don't understand it. A trained blood microscopist like myself, or like Ms. Karishma Ramdan, like Mr. Bustamante, like Mr. Paul Green, who are the consultants who work with us at Batson and Associates, are trained enough that when they see they put that blood on the screen, a lot of people don't understand how seriously sick they are. I'll say it again. A lot of people do not understand how seriously ill they are. They do not understand how seriously sick they are. And you see, the thing is, your body, one of the things I said at the beginning of the program was what? Your body, excuse me, speaks to you. Always. Your body always tells you, hey, something is wrong. If you get any headaches, you never was getting a set of headaches before. Me once in a while. Like me, if I don't eat on time, I would get hunger headaches. Right? So I have to make sure I eat on time. Right? That's regular with some people because your blood sugar tends to go low. It could cause problems, constriction of the blood vessels in the brain, and it causes you to get a headache. But if you have migraine headaches, cluster headaches, and you're getting headaches for years, something is wrong with you. And don't tell me your mother had headaches, your mother suffered from headaches, and your aunt suffered from headaches, and your father and your grandmother, you're talking foolishness and rubbishness of the highest order. Rubbishness. A coin a word. That is utter and total nonsense. Something is wrong with you. You're not supposed to have headaches. If your eye watering and your eye hurting and you're getting blurred vision, something is wrong with you. It's like a vehicle. With your vehicle, you're supposed to do what? Preventative maintenance. If on your dashboard you see a light come up, you need water, you need coolant, the oil needs to change. Would you ignore it and drive the vehicle? Would you do that? No. The vehicle blow up with you inside of there, look for that. You shut down on the highway, the vehicle started. I mash up a car engine already, But I'm too embarrassed to tell only about that. It was really, really terrible. But it was, how to put it, because of my busy schedule and not paying attention to certain things, that happened. When I say mash up, I mean mash up the engine completely. I had to change the engine. But even though it was my schedule and a number of other things that factored in, I should have done the service when the service was supposed to be done. And as a result of that, I had to change the engine, which was very costly. Your engine, whatever your engine is, whether it's your heart, your liver, kidney, whatever the case may be, if you do not pay attention to it, if you do not service it, the unfortunately good thing about it, I could have gone and get an engine somewhere else. If you mash up your heart, your kidney, your liver, let me tell you something. Medicine has come a long way, and we respect that. But doctors and surgeons will never be God. And they cannot be Almighty God. Never. So what Almighty God has given you, try your best and take care of it. Regardless if you get a kidney from your mother, your sister, your cousin, your daughter, your son give you a kidney, no other kidney could work better than your kidney. Because whenever they do organ transplants, they have to give you whatever medication. Tell me if you know. There are particular medications that you get when you do organ transplants. I'll tell you what it is just now. All right? Someone asked a question. Ooh. All right, so, whoa, we're getting a lot of people on there. Like, oh, I like this time, boy. All right, let me just say nothing.
146.
Yeah. Okay, good. So someone saying, oh my God, what should I do if I sometimes have terrible headaches which last for days? It means something is wrong with you, my dearie. You need a cleanse. How much water are you drinking? Remember, the rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. Look at that. If you're doing that, then you need a cleanse. So you need some santulan. You need some liver tea. Clean up the liver, get things moving. I gave an analogy some years ago. Someone is asking the question, do we do bioresonance testing? Yes, we do. And that's actually something we're going to start. Interestingly, God's willing, at the end of March, we will have all our diabetic centers opened. They will be in the offices of BATSON Associates, but those centers and those programs will primarily be centered around dealing with diabetics. That was something I had to do a long, long time now. And we have found, because we have more staff and that kind of thing, we're able to facilitate certain things. Because we have a lot of clients, and we continue to get more, and I'm not complaining, because after God, I'm able to help a lot more people. And, so many persons getting benefit, and it's always good to have a good reputation, of course, right? Yeah, so McFarlane answered the question. You have to take immune suppressants. Bing, bing, bing. Yeah. Whenever you do an organ transplant, the doctors have to put you on immunosuppressant drugs. We know why they're doing that? Because your immune system is designed to attack anything that is foreign. So when they tell you you have a match, we find a match. The match is never 100%. They get it kind of close. Your body will kill that. So they have no other choice but to give you immune suppressant drugs. So you know what I mean? For you. Can't go and drink a glass of wheatgrass. You can't drink CMOS. You can't do nothing to help yourself. You have to stay there. That quality of life I don't want. Keep that. Miss Karishma Ramdan, a pleasant good afternoon, good evening to you. Miss Ramdan has just joined us. That is our blood microscopist. One of our blood microscopists. Very good at her job and what she does. Yeah. So you have to take immunosuppressants. You could imagine that? So you have to take something to reduce your immune system so that the little kidney they give you could last. Now, some people might find that rude, they might find that disrespectful, they might say this man, outright just this talky man, and that is exactly what I do. For me, I tell you honestly, I prefer to die. Me ain't going through that. Because that is no kind of quality of life. I wouldn't be able to go in the gym, I wouldn't be able to lift weights, I wouldn't be able to run. What I going to do? Are you going to lie down in a bed? No. I can go and plant, I can go and take care of plants, I can go and plant a little lettuce, do a little home garden, mine a little fowl. But you can't do nothing. You just have to lie down and wait to dead. That's wrong. That's real wrong. All right? Okay, so I see questions coming in fiery here. Miss Moses said rubbishness, new word, yeah. Ms. Vidya Abdullah saying, good evening all. Hi Doc, how is water fast done? What are the benefits and who should do it? Okay, that's a very good question. So Ms. Vidya Abdullah is asking the question, how do you do a water fast? Now, fasting is very good. Intermittent fasting, I believe in a lot. Simply because, let me just pick up this quick on Instagram, because I'm trying to give my Instagram people some love here too, right? Denise 2006 is saying, I probably need to pay you a visit when I come to Trinidad. In the meantime, how can I get meds shipped to Canada? So again, Denise, make sure and message us on 1-868-314-9975. Tomorrow, please God, I have a meeting at head office with my marketing team. So I'm going to make sure that we fully address that for you. Okay, and the other persons who we may have. All right, so back to the question that I was answering, where we were talking about, right, the water fast. Vidya Abdul asked that question. So with fast, as I said, I prefer intermittent fasting. So with intermittent fasting, usually fast within a period of time. So it's intermittent. You don't do it every day. I'm a huge advocate of fasts, but fasts are to be done properly. What do I mean by that? Now, again, I'm not criticizing anyone's religion. I don't get into people's aspect of their spirituality. I respect everyone, and I respect person's opinion. So I'm giving you advice from a professional medical perspective. There are certain fasts that can be dangerous fasts, right? Fasts that include drinking absolutely no water are very dangerous fasts, very dangerous. So if you're fasting, because I know in some cases, some people with spirituality and that type of thing, they do fast where they eat they do absolutely nothing, not even water. That is dangerous. You could end up in problems. You could actually make yourself very sick. The number again is 1-868-314-9975. You could always add us on Facebook. On Facebook, we are Batson and Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And you could have access to all the lives that I would have done, correct? On YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And you will see the telephone number, you will see our address, everything there. Okay? So it's 1-868-314-9975. Yeah. So with those fasts, you want to fast and have water and hot tea in your fast. Let me tell you why. When you fast, you are going to build gas in your intestines because you're not eating, obviously, right? So the rule is, and the objective is to come out of the fast and make the fast as effective as possible. Now, one of the things that fasts do is fast actually sends your body into scavenger mode. So what it does, it actually helps to reset certain organs in the body as well too. So when you fast, what it does, it actually sends your body on scavenger mode. Because remember, you're not eating, so your body's going to go and look for all kind of things. So all kind of old kidney stone, old fibroids, all them things, the body going to go and use that as food, right? So in a case like that, as I said, you drink your water, so have a lot of water, and have your hot teas. You could have teas intermittently throughout the day, so you maybe have like 3 cups of tea. You could have tea in the morning, you could have tea in the afternoon, tea in the night, so that you don't build gas. And I find with those fasts, it tends to be more advantageous. If you're a diabetic and you plan to do fasting, you need to be a little more careful, where I prefer with diabetics, you do a 12-hour fast or an 18-hour fast, as opposed to the 24 hours. The 24 hours can be a little tricky for someone who's a diabetic, especially if you're on insulin. You need to, there are a number of things that we need to work out where that is concerned. All right? So those numbers again are 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Miss Denise 2016, you're welcome, my dear. So 222-8261 as well as 314-9975. How can someone phase off amlodipine, Dr. Batson? That's an interesting question, but you need to do that very strategically as it relates to your lifestyle. And you need to check your blood pressure, monitor. And in monitoring that and change the lifestyle, there are certain things that we recommend for hypertension. We have high blood pressure tea. There's an olive leaf tea, which I love. There's a new hypertension tea that we are actually going to be getting that helps significantly with that situation. And gradually, once you see the blood pressure start to go down, and with guidance in some cases from your doctor, you could always communicate to your doctor, make sure and check the pressure every day so you have a track record now. And we can actually see, listen, this pressure is going down. And it would be obviously nonsensical and dangerous to take the amlodipine if the blood pressure is going down based on the changes that you would have made with the diet and the introduction of different whole foods in the diet as well. All right. So that is something that needs to be done under proper observation. Okay. It's not something that you should do vai. All right. Tish. Okay. Rafik Ali is saying, can you have palpitations? Did a ECG, 24-hour ECG and echo all came back good? Thanks. Or can you help with palpitations? Rafik Ali is asking that question. Yeah, definitely. If you're having palpitation, it is an indication that something is wrong, something is definitely off, and you need to pay very, very close attention to that. So let me give you guys those clinic locations. We are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We are also on the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, and the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago. Okay, very good. Thank you for that response. I'm interested in the high blood pressure teas. Yes, we do. We have a lot of those teas at any one of the offices have it. There's also a product that we carry called mineral formula with silver. We got some very good results with persons with their blood pressure like that. Yeah, let me tell you something. I believe this strongly. I've seen this over my years or throughout my years as a practitioner. There are few illnesses that cannot be corrected. Few, very few. Now, people might hear this and say, but this man mad. Or we could say something like this. I am telling you, your body there's always an answer. If you are ill or you are sick, it's one of two things. You know, is the one of two things? You either have too much of something or you have too little. Always remember that. You either have too much of something or you have too little of something. That's very, very important. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your health. Now, I was supposed to talk about the eye drops, but now let's see how I start. I started talk. But I'm trying to deal with all your questions as well here. All right. So, Mr. Rafik Ali, I answered that question for you, sir, on the Facebook there. Miss Cindy Hoyt, tomorrow for all the Canadians orders, please and thank you, Doc. All right, Miss Hoyt, definitely. Caroline Sylvan, Wikes, I believe it is. Hello, Doc. Can you speak on diverticulitis and how to prevent flare-ups? Okay, I'm going to deal with that just now for you, my dear. Kells Hutchison, I drink coconut water as opposed to plain water for my fast. All right, that's good, but you need to be careful. You should mix it. What you should do, because coconut water is very good. However, coconut water should not replace your drinking water. Always remember that. You need to find a balance when you're using coconut water, because believe me, too much coconut water could be dangerous. Remember, coconut water has a lot of electrolytes. Okay? Very good. So pay attention to that, right? Okay, Wikes again is saying, can you speak about diverticulitis? What I would say about diverticulitis is a situation where the pockets of the intestines, they have that situation there. All right? With that situation, you find that fiber is needed in the diet. Your water intake as well is very, very important. Now, stress, any stressor in the body can cause serious issues with flare-ups. Always remember that. So that's something that, again, you need to pay very close attention to. Right? So what I suggest you do with the diverticulitis, there's a product that we carry called Optimizer. There's one that we have called ProDigest. And there's also another one that we have, which is the Stem Cell Digestive. Those products work exceptionally for helping that situation with diverticulitis. What I also suggest you do, get some olive oil and start drinking a tablespoon of olive oil every day, and do that for 1 month. And that should also help in that situation as well. All right? So I hope I answered your question for you, Ms. Wikes. Ms. Pamela Moses, arm cut. Yeah. The gym starting to work here. Jessica Clark going off with that one, boy. Miss Kathleen Ishmael, a pleasant good evening to you, my darling. I have not forgotten you, my dear. I actually need to call you and speak to you about something. All right? So I hope all is good with you. Always love and respect in the house. And thank you very much for your constant support. All right? God bless you. Good night to Miss Phillips. Okay, so I'm going to go back here to get some of your questions that you guys had. Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's now 8:43. So we're going straight until 9, God's willing. I have some things to discuss with Mr. Shakil afterwards. And also, we're going to be posting some information as regards to some of the products that we spoke about. So I'm going to post some information as regards to the digestive balance, the digestive restore. We're also going to post some information regarding the pro-digestive product as well. So you guys can take a look. We're going to have the prices there. We're also going to have some packages where we put together. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to talk about eyes next time, and I'm going to put together the eye package, which will include the eye tea and that type of thing. All right. So look forward to that. I'm trying my best to give you guys more information to make it a little more, to make you more self-sustainable, and not necessarily. So a lot of you, because to get an appointment with me is, and it's not because I am not working. Believe me, I work some very long hours sometimes, trying my best to deal with as much people as possible. But obviously, it's not humanly possible to deal with everyone. So which is why I put systems in place. And, we have people like Ms. Karishma Ramdan, we have Mr. Paul Green, we have Mr. Rene Bustamante. And, a lot of persons, if they had waited to see me and not come and see the consultants, they wouldn't have gotten the results. I have a lady I saw her the first time. She has been coming to us for a year, and the first time I saw her was last week. And you know what she told me? She said, Dr. Batson, I just wanted to see you because I just needed, to dot her I's and cross her T's. But she said she was 90% better. 90%. So imagine if she had waited. She'd have been still sick. God forbid something might have happened to her. So that don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We live in the information world now. We live in the information age. And, it's systems work, people fail. Because right now, in countries like, well, you all would know this, right? In France, different parts of Germany, Italy, and especially Italy, that they do surgery, robotics. They do surgery, and in that room there is not a human being. Someone is outside in a room, and they have robots doing those surgeries. So I'm not saying that I need to tell you to talk to a robot, but what I'm saying to you is, when we need to get it done, we need to get it done. It's the results that we're looking for. Because I don't want you to have to wait a whole year and you sick and you can't see a whole year. That don't make any sense. You could die, all kind of things could happen to you. You could get worse. So it's better now we say, okay, you come to the office and you start getting some help. Because you would get help. You definitely would get help. Definitely. Okay? So let's see. Hello, Doc. Can you write? I covered that. Okay, so let me go down here. Yes. Yes, Ms. McKenna. Yes, so I highlighted that situation with diverticulitis. I see Ms. Pamela Moses is asking what, and she put a question mark. What is that about? Or just clarify what it is you're asking the what about there, my dear. Elizabeth Nanlal. Hey, Doc. Oh, my God. Good night. Yes, pleasant good night to you, Miss Elizabeth Nanlal. I know you're always a listener. You're always there. Okay, so pleasant good evening to you. Oh, okay, good. I now see what it is you guys were referring to. All right, so let me just go back up here. I'm trying to go back to some of the questions so I can answer some questions before I leave for you guys. All right. Okay, Kathleen Clark is asking, can I find Santulan in the US or it must come from you? Right now, yeah, it has to come from us because that product belongs to, it is a product of Batson and Associates. So we are the persons organized. What we actually doing is organizing with a company to do drop shipping for us. But again, we're just waiting on finalizing certain things. We should have that organized pretty soon as well. Miss Bryce is saying, do you ship to St. Lucia? Yes, we do. Miss Kathleen Mohammed is asking, hi, can you repeat the homemade recipe for fatty liver using the raisins and olive oil? Okay, good. I will do that in a little bit. I'm so glad I came back up here because that was something I wanted to repeat for you guys. All right. Okay, so let me give you that. So I have given you a recipe with raisins. Now, the thing is, raisins are actually very good for your liver. So there's a recipe that we use with raisins. You either use you use half cup or a cup of raisins. Now, the thing is, it does not spoil once you put it in the refrigerator. So what you do is you wash your raisins out. I suggest you use the half cup first, because use a little bit and then use it out. Some people would want to do 2 cups, and then when you do it, you know, it would stay long there, because remember, you're using 1 tablespoon daily. So what you have to do, let's say you get half cup of raisins, you wash the raisins out properly. And what you do, you get very, very hot water, and you put the raisins to soak overnight in very hot water. So when you get up, they will swell the thing. What you do, you take that and you throw it in an osterizer and you blend it. And you take a half cup of olive oil and you throw it inside of that. And what you do with that, you take it and you put it in a glass bottle and you put it in your refrigerator. And you do 1 tablespoon in hot water or warm water. So you're drinking it like tea every morning. And that is works some wonders. It's very good for your liver. It also plays a significant role as it relates to, it does some work with circulation and that type of thing. So you all remember that, right? Half cup of raisins. You wash out your raisins nice and good. You boil, okay, good. Yeah, the amount of water to boil. Good question. You boil, let's say about a cup of water. The water must be enough to just go up on the top to cover the top of the raisins, right? You don't want the water, you know. It must just be the water level must just be above the raisins. All right, you boil that water and you throw it inside of there in the raisins. You cover it down and you leave it overnight. When you get up in the morning, so you leave it like about 10 hours. When you get up in the morning, you take it and you throw it back. You throw it in an osterizer. You blend it up completely, and you take a half cup of olive oil and you throw it inside of that. You blend it up and you put it in a glass bottle and you drink 1 tablespoon in hot water every day. You could do it in the morning or in the night. Okay, what I do to make my life easy when I'm drinking my teas, so I would normally drink like the prostate tea, male tea. I love the gastro tea. I like the circulation tea too. There's a next tea I like. It tastes a little kind of awful, but I get accustomed to that. And that's the long tea. Very good. So what I will do when I'm drinking the tea, I would just put the teaspoon of that inside of it. And it works really, really good. And a lot of people who use it and they got some very, very good results. So that's a nice home remedy that you could use to, you know, make you a little healthier. All right. Okay, so let me give you those telephone numbers again. The telephone numbers, you can get us on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. Okay, so Elizabeth Namla is asking, what about the sugar in the raisins? No, you'll be all right with that. You'll be all right. You wouldn't have a problem. You wouldn't have a problem at all with that. Okay. Oh, someone is asking, okay, Miss McKenna is asking, Doc, how long do you use the mixture with the raisins for? We use it until it finished. I remember when I did that, when I did the cup. So what I did a cup of, so what I tell people to do, because between you and I, in all honesty, sometimes I use it like about 2-3 times, in all honesty. So a cup, if I do a cup of raisins, a cup of olive oil, and the amount of water, a lot of the times, mine will finish quicker. But what I would recommend for persons, once you keep it in the fridge, it would last long. It doesn't spoil. So you just use out the bottle. Use out the bottle. There's no overuse with it. Use it out, and you know you'll definitely get some serious health benefits, especially for your liver as well. Okay. So again, those telephone numbers, you could give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We're also on the corner of Ramsamud Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. Yes, you can use that that brand of olive oil. That brand of olive oil will be sufficient, Miss Nandlal. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me see what's going on with our Instagram people here. Was writing down the remedy. Missed the amount to take. Please repeat. Okay, good. So your raisins is half cup of raisins. The water that you're using for the raisins would be enough just to cover the water. Remember that, right? So what you're going to do is you boil the water and you throw it on the raisins. Now remember, when you're doing that, you can't put that in plastic, right? I think everybody know that right now, right? You don't put hot water in plastic. So you use either maybe a sort of glass bowl or Pyrex or something like that. Good? You leave it for 10 hours. After the 10 hours, you take the raisins and the water. Well, the majority will be raisins because all the raisins, the water will go into the raisins, so they'll swell. You throw it in an osterizer and you add the same amount of olive oil, which would be a half cup of olive oil. You blend it up and you put it in a glass bottle and you put it in your refrigerator, and you take 1 tablespoon in hot water or in a cup of hot tea. If you're putting it in tea, please no milk and sugar in the tea. And you're using that every day until it finishes. And you will see, you'll get some very good results. All right, people? So I hope you got that there. And those telephone numbers, again, 222-8261. Keep in mind, all those of you who are abroad and you need to use, you need to get your stuff shipped to you, please message that 1-868-314-9975 number. As I said, I'm dealing with marketing tomorrow, please God. So they would have had a list for me as well, and we're going to go over the new list and organize it. Someone is asking, do you strain the raisins? No, you don't strain the raisins. Because remember you have to, you're basically washing the raisins out. I mean, and you all know it has some raisins you get, I mean, how to say this without sounding bad, but well, I don't want to explain to you. All I know it has some raisins that they sell, and when you wash the raisins dirty. Right, so just in case it's those kind of raisins, you need to wash out the raisins. Because raisins have like little stone and all them kind of thing in it. I find stone in raisins already. So wash out the raisins. You don't strain the raisins. Okay, I understand the question you're asking. That was Pat Mendez. No, you're not straining it, my darling. You're leaving it with all your roughage in it. Remember, you're putting it in the osterizer. So you blend it up. So it's supposed to be, but you'll have like little fine particles in it. Now we want that. We want that to go down in the intestines and rub up on the esophagus and that type of thing as well. Okay? And get into the intestines and whatnot. Right? So as I said, make sure you guys with those overseas consultations and the overseas, those of you who are abroad and need to get products, message us on that 1-868-314-9975 number. And I'm going to make sure that we address that for you. Okay? So we're just about close to finishing up. So let me see if I can just finish up with some of these questions. Miss Elizabeth Nandal says, I wish to endorse the inflammation formula, the colloidal silver, and oh my God, the teas are amazing. Thank you, Doc. All your recommendations, for all your recommended products, work miracles. Thank you so very much. Pauline McKenna says, I'm going to try this mixture now. Very good. Thanks again. You're very welcome. Ms. Giselle Singer saying, good evening, Doc. I am waiting on your WhatsApp team to get back to me regarding placing an order. And you gave them that information 2 months ago, Ms. Singh. All right, Ms. Singh, I apologize for that. We really had some backup in that situation. But as I said, I am on top of it now because I asked them for some information and they provided it for me. So they have a deadline for me to do certain things. All right? So we're going to go, we're going to address that for you. Someone is asking, does Santulan go bad? That's a very good question. Let me tell you something. I have a bottle of Santulan in my fridge that has been there for 8 months. And I drank out of the Santulan this week and nothing happened to me. Santulan lasts and it lasts long. Take what I'm telling you. It really does last long. So what you need to do is once it is in your refrigerator, use it. Use it. Okay? Denise 2016 saying, Dr. Batson, is there any way you can put together all these remedies and write a book? Denise 2016, I am actually working on something. I was supposed to actually release a book 2 years ago on a number of things, but I'm working on it, but you know, with time, so I just need to put everything together. So definitely that's something that you guys going to get in the very, very near future. All right. So again, those telephone numbers, again, I do apologize for anyone who would have made requests for products or anyone who would have requested something and you didn't get it in a timely fashion. I'm working assiduously with my team to continually improve our effectiveness and efficiency as an organization. And, you know, it's very important that we work where that is concerned. Okay, now anyone who would have sent me a message personally. So let me clear up something before I go. Now, I am the type of person I always try to help persons out. I try not to give out my personal cell number because there are some people who have it. However, you know, if you have my personal number, something, and you message me, I'll be honest. I get, and I'm not exaggerating, I get possibly maybe 100 WhatsApp. More than that. I get maybe possibly 200 WhatsApp, depending on what it is, and I'm in organizations. So I get a lot. So a lot of times, sometimes you may message me on my personal number. So because I think Miss Celine, if I'm pronouncing your name properly, I think it was a personal message, and I really was supposed to get back. But sometimes those messages go all the way down. So I'm asking, please, message 1-868-314-9975. Again, 868-314-9975. If you're in Trinidad, well, 314-9975. Okay? And I am going to make sure that you get a response. I am going to make sure. If they do not give you a response, they have me to deal with. Believe me. I don't make joke with that. All right? As I said, we were inundated with a lot of work. We are, in fact, a lot of clients, but I'm going to do that. You said you need something to sleep. But Miss Celine, where you are? You in Trinidad or you're overseas? Just help me out there. All right. All right. Yes, Miss Nanlal. I hear you. I'm working on them. I'm trying to get myself as fit as possible. All right. Doc, haven't received the answer on you. Okay, so Miss Margaret Ross Castellano said, Dr. Batson, haven't received an answer on WBC, which I believe is white blood cells, as yet. What was the question you asked? Okay, so do me a favor. Before I go, Ms. Castellano, send me that message again, please. I missed it. And I'm trying to go up in the feed here to get it. But we have like 180-something comments here, so and more coming in. So I think I sort of lost it. Mr. Oliver Marin. Yeah, definitely. Honey Basic Jessica. You're having a good time, you know. You're enjoying your Sunday afternoon. I hope you're sitting down drinking a cup of tea while you're listening to this live, you know. Or you're in Canada. Oh no, you're in Grenada. My apologies. Okay, say the number again. So Miss Camselin, the number is 1-868-314-9975. Again, it's 1-868. So our area code 314-9975. Yeah, I have stuff for you to sleep, my dear. We could fix that for you. All right. Okay. So Miss Casti. This sending message. They're working me today, boy. Oh, so the question was: is 2.9 count too low, or with the white blood cell count? Yeah, that I'm trying to remember the range, but off the top of my head, if you have a white blood cell count at 2.9, that's a bit low. We need to work on that. You need to work on that. All right? And there are things that I could recommend to help you with that. The mineral formula with the silver is very good. We also have the optimizer is also a very good product. Exceptional product. That's good as well for that situation. All right? So, guys, this brings our life to an end. I must say it was a pleasure speaking with you guys this evening, this Sunday evening. There's something I'm going to have to look at how I'm adjusting it. I'm trying to do lives and where certain things could be. Ms. Castellano, so yeah, what you need to do with that, are you in Trinidad or are you abroad? The optimizer, as I said, is something that could work. Okay, you're saying thanks there now. You could also use the mineral formula. The advanced chlorophyll is also good. The difference with our advanced chlorophyll is not chlorophyll alone inside of that. There are a lot of other components, green components that help to build. What I'm working on right now is by the end of February, we should have an improved advanced circulation, not circulation, sorry, advanced chlorophyll, where the product is going to be more potent than it actually is now. The inflammation formula, BOSS, we're actually doing some improvements on that. The price changed a little bit because we kind of had no choice in the matter, especially because all those products now with the suppliers, they are doing all glass bottles for us, no plastic bottles again, right? So the price kind of adjusted a little bit, and you know that's understandable. You know, again, we always looking at improving our efficiency and effectiveness in dealing with you guys. Okay, you're in Florida. Yes, my dear. So message that number, 1-868-314-9975. Look, Shakil is my witness here. Shakil is in front of me. Tomorrow, please God, we have a meeting. They have to address that for me. So you're going to be contacted, definitely. Okay? So always a pleasure to be in your company. The next time you guys going to see me on live, with God's willing, would be on Thursday, unless I do something before that. And of course, if I do something before that, we're going to inform you guys. Okay? So those telephone numbers, again, you could get us on 314-9975. That's 314-9975. Those of you who overseas, and keep in mind that 314-9975 is the WhatsApp number. So if you may have a situation and you need to give us a lengthy explanation or give us some details, that is preferably the number. Okay, you're going to save us a lot of time and work, and we'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. Well, get back to you in an effective and efficient manner. Believe me, from this week here, we have put things in place. I'm not making a joke with that. You are going to get a response. Okay? So again, till next Thursday, God's willing. Remember, I'm going to be on 103.1 FM. That is on Thursday from 11 to 11:30. And I'm also going to be on Akashvani, which is 106.5 FM. And that is on the same Thursday. And that's going to be on from 12:15 to 12:45. So you guys could join me for that, where we will discuss. I think I'm going to actually discuss eyes on that, because I was trying to discuss the eyes today, but you'll see where the conversation went. But I hope I was still effective and beneficial for you guys. Those of you with the razors information, try your best, try the razor mix. It's cheap. That ain't costing you no set of money, and it's going to help improve your health. All right? So as we always say at Batson & Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Mr. Anthony, entrepreneur, says, excellent life, sir. Thank you very much. And I look forward to you guys. Those of you who haven't added us as yet, remember, we are Batson & Associates on Batson & Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson & Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson & Associates Trinidad. So follow us. Send our live. Yes, Shakil, something you want to tell me?
Yes, share the story that they share the testimonies.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Shakil, now remind me something. Because just as how Ms. Nanlal here, give information, if you have something to share, you came to Batson & Associates, you use that product, you're satisfied with it, it's always good to just put. Shaki, where to sharing that? On the live itself? Where to put it? Where are they going to put that?
They can just share it and they post it.
Okay, they could just post it.
They can tag us in the post, post that they did.
Okay, so they need to post it and tag us in a post.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you guys heard that?
Or they go in the review section of the page.
Right.
And they can put it there.
Or you could go in the review section of the page and put it there. What we're going to do, I'm going to let them do something, and we're going to put it on our Facebook, our social media feed, so that you guys can see it. All right, guys. So God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe. Take care of yourself.